1 2 1 2. Yes, people, how are we doing? Welcome to the Gentleman's Dub Club celebration of the release of our 6th studio album, Down to Earth. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. We're here to celebrate this release, and we're going to play through the tracks. We're going to talk about how we made them, and we're going to take questions from you good people. We've got some pretty good guests in the chat today, which include members of the band. Over here we've got Luke, keys,
yes, hello,
backing
Pleasure
vocals, writing, general all-round vibes.
Woo, woo, woo.
Woo, woo. We got Nick, guitarist, with the lava lamp, bit of a throwback there.
Yes.
We've got Matt.
I am 16
with
years
the trumpet. There he is. Yes,
good people.
You may have guessed he plays the trumpet. And then, of course, we've got Johnny with the green screen, looking brilliant in orange.
So lovely to see you, Toby.
Great to see you. How's everyone doing? You good?
Sound man, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, great, thanks.
Great to see you.
Yeah,
Awesome,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So today marks the
Alright,
release
nice.
of our studio album Down to Earth, which we made over lockdown. We worked on it through the first lockdown, and then more when we were allowed out of our cages for a bit, and then did the rest here at Crosstown Studios, all the mixing and all the fiddling around. And yeah, it's been a really mad experience, the whole thing. Doing writing remotely is quite a different way that we do it normally. Normally we get together and we'll jam together as a band and kind of keep that momentum going and throw ideas around. This was a really different experience, and it was a different method. It meant that we did more stuff individually, passed around ideas from person to person, and that meant that each individual could maybe see out their idea a bit more conclusively. And yeah, it feels like a really, really accomplished record. We're really, really happy with it. We're really stoked. Lots of great stuff online, positive feedback. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in and for supporting us. People have been doing it over the years, or anyone that's just come in recently and discovered the band. Cheers to you all. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers, comrades.
I haven't opened up my bottle yet.
Start again.
I got a little
Okay.
organic prosecco for the evening. I figured we were going to be here for a while.
Keep it natural, mate. Keep it natural. Oh,
I wanted to just congratulate you, Toby, on that introduction, mate. That was seamless. It's as though you've been doing it all your life, mate.
Not my first rodeo.
It reminds me a little bit of the launch of GDC TV, but let's watch that space. So yeah, big up to everyone for tuning in. It's lovely to see you. Today is a special day. I actually wrote like a bit of an emotional post earlier on. It went a lot deeper before like the third edit, but
straight in plugging the Instagram.
Felt cute. Might delete later.
Throwback.
How are you feeling right now, Johnny, about the album, the release?
Well, mate, what I was going to say was just today feels a bit like good. It's really sunny where I am, and the album coming out feels a bit like the sort of, well, it's almost a year since we started writing it, and it's obviously about a year since all of this madness started, and we were, forced to stay at home. And so it feels like it's a little bit of a completion of that cycle, and yeah, I feel great. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. Who knows what tomorrow might bring?
Wasn't it insane waking up this morning to like blazing sunshine and just general, like, it just felt like everything had changed a little bit, and it might not have done.
Complete coincidence.
Yeah,
really,
complete. Car keys. Oh, I'm gonna move my car. Hold on.
Little obstacle here. Nothing we can't sort out.
Nothing we can't sort out.
Nothing we can't sort.
Okay, so should we get into it? Let's play track 1.
Wow.
Track 1.
So quickly, we've barely
of
got
Down
to know each
Earth.
other.
We barely, yeah, we'll get to know
Okay.
each other, mate. There's plenty of time. Get your
We
questions
haven't
in the
even
chat.
talked
Just
about
going to
it
read out a
yet,
few
though.
people in the chat. We've got Gardner in the chat. We've got Lem Oppenheimer
Yes.
from Easy Star Records. Big shout to Easy Star Records. Absolute
Yeah,
legends.
Eric's
Been doing sterling work over the years. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your hard work. Eric's in there as well. Love that. Rosie F from Wales. We've got the Wise Bloods. Big respect to you guys. Can I have some of what Jonathan's had, please? Okay, Josie Thorne.
Chin chin, Johnny.
We've got Abby Cullen. We've got all sorts. We've got Nick Tyson, who's somehow duplicated himself.
Transcending.
Okay, so let's get into it. First track from Down to Earth. This one's called Castle in the Sky.
Can't do this every track. Maybe we should probably reserve some of the.
We're going to pull that up. We're going to pull that up. Let's go again. Castle in the Sky.
Big up Alicia on the violin now.
Right.
Can they hear us talking over this tune?
I think it pulls the music down as well.
Hold tight, Nathan Cat in Cornwall.
Great BBs, lads. Good work.
Ben McCone on the BVs there.
Oh, is it? Matt, I love these string calls now. Outstanding.
Disco.
Here comes the guitar.
Before we fade out, because
Crank
we don't
it.
have time.
Go on, Ty. Oh!
Brush up on your pentatonics, tie-bags.
Mate, this is one of my favourite GDC guitar solos, man. I think it's the only one that's totally allowed to be released, that's why. All the other ones, they never made the cut.
Out of my hands, not my call.
That's management.
So there we go.
I was thinking like how much fun that is.
Yeah.
I was thinking how much fun that's going to be to play live.
Yeah, well, we've already played it, haven't we, on the live stream? And
No,
it felt
properly
Oh,
live,
okay,
so I mean-
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we're actually doing speaking of which, we're doing a live stream next Friday. So yeah, tune in for that. We'll post the link. Castle in the Sky, though, pretty kind of big sound. A lot of things going on there. But maybe we could go in on the lyrics a little bit. Johnny, what was the kind of thinking behind the background of that track? Because we came up with that together, didn't we? The sort of like...
Yeah, we just did it on the hop one evening, didn't we? It was like the end of a day or something, and we just like let's see if we can bosh another one. And
we're going in heavy to start off with as well. Take your time.
Yeah, the chorus, it talks about the castle in the sky, which is this kind of like unattainable dream, and then that sort of like mixed in with this idea of, well, it's still a dream, you know, that should be celebrated, and it's all, you know, it's fucking beautiful. Sorry, it's beautiful to have dreams and to really aim toward them and to embrace the potential within that, and yeah, so it really, I suppose, ended up creating a song which was celebrating the dream with the castle in the sky as the emblem. But I've got a funny feeling that dream might come true.
Okay. But we were also talking about that kind of I don't know whether it's a kind of a myth or a folklore thing of the castle in the sky being like this kind of big thing that you kind of build up, and it's there but it's not quite so we had that kind of like duality of those two things of like it being attainable but also it kind of being an imaginary thing that you kind of dream up and aspire to, and you know, whether you make it or not, you kind of still have that emotion sort of deep within you, and it's quite an overpowering emotion.
It's a fantasy.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy. Yeah, sure.
Did you reference the Studio Ghibli film Castle in the Sky, Laputa? Did that have anything to do with it?
That was definitely part of it, yeah. And Jimi Hendrix, Castles Made of Sand as well. That was an inspiration for that one.
I loved the film Laputa, the Miyazaki film. I really loved it, and because obviously we did an album which was Dubtopia, which was like similar imagery. So this tune would have worked brilliantly on that album. But I think the reason that it really resonated with me in this record was because it was so much, the whole record writing process and the words were about going in and, you know, being truthful and really like exploring the potential of consciousness. And yeah, so with this, I suppose it's that fantasy is part of the mind, you know, the mind is fantasy. And so to go into that and in a really creative way is, yeah, beautiful. I like this song, and I really enjoyed working with Ben on it, because we did some of the melodies with Ben McCone, didn't we? And he was incredible. It was an amazing contribution to the track.
For sure. Yeah, he was actually just kind of walking, because he works in Crosstown Studio B, and he was just walking through, and the instrumental was playing. And when he gets a bee in his bonnet about recording something, he's just one track. So he was like, oh, you know, I'd really love to record something on this. So we just threw up a mic, and he just freestyled the whole melody for the verse, like in one take. That was literally it. He was just singing kind of not nonsense words, but just kind of sounds and vowels and consonants, just that he thought sounded nice. And then so we just took that, gave it to Johnny, and then Johnny put it through his filter, and so that's the verse format. So yeah, inspiration can come from anywhere, and a lot of the time it comes from Ben McCone.
He's passing by at the right time.
He was passing by. It was fate. So who have we got in the chat? We've got people asking to wheel it. We've got Joe Price saying yes we can. We've got Helen O'Brien. Selector J-Man, big up.
Legend.
Yeah, so if anyone's got any questions, put them in the chat. If you've got any questions about how we made the record, about the lyrics, anything like that.
Life.
Yeah,
generally, you know what I mean? Any open-ended questions, we're up for that.
And what was the original demo? Was that?
That was a sort of table tennis between me and Tyson on guitar. And yeah, we just had a little 1-2 kind of. I think Ty, you came up with the sort of hits, didn't you? And then and maybe the chord sequence of the chorus, and then I went away on the verse and took it for a walk for the bridge and the string lines and stuff.
Yeah, it was that like minor to 4 dominant.
Yeah,
kind of like
that cheeky little change.
Little cheeky thing. I think I just ripped that off because.
Well, not on here.
Don't tell him.
Well, not ripped off, but we were listening to a lot of Freddie McGregor, and there's like a really funky Freddie McGregor tune, and I was like, that's an absolute vibe.
Yeah.
And also that kind of Bill Withers thing has a lot of that funky 1-4 dominant thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's how that little.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. That little bubbler started like that. I think I just wanted like a little funky thing.
Definitely. Yeah.
And the string lines as well.
Which I concocted over the fruity changes, which they basically write themselves once you've got nice little things going on like that. And then like Matt said, Alicia, one of the strings players who played on the record, brought it to life in a beautiful way. Sometimes you had those little disco falls as well.
Yeah, there's some disco falls there, courtesy of Spitfire. Thanks to Spitfire.
They're a masterpiece, man. That's a master stroke.
Nice. Yeah, Alicia is like a really accomplished. Like she's toured the world, recorded on loads of big records, and her playing and sensitivity and just general musical genius really brought those string lines to life. So yeah,
good stuff.
So that was Castle in the Sky. Again, post your questions. It seems like a lot of the internet is dead at the moment, so that's a little bit annoying. But we crack on.
Someone blew up the internet.
We're sapping it.
Someone
all
give Zuckerberg a call. So let's go on to the second one. We'll probably get taken down for mentioning him. Second one on the album, Down to Earth, out now on Easy Star Records, is the title track, Down to Earth. So let's run that, shall we? All right. Charge your glasses. Here's Down to Earth.
Tubbs, sorry. Thank you. Appreciate that. I just want to say, let's just set the scene. So we've basically been lost in space. Do you know what I mean? We've been up there in the ether, floating about. That was that time. And then this happened.
Well, take it back even further, man. Our first record was called 44, named after the 44 Henley Lane, where it all started.
Correct.
Next album was The Big Smoke, because we all moved to London. Then what was after that?
Dubtopia.
Then it's Lost in Space, and now we're back down to Earth. So maybe the next record will be, we'll move back to Leeds, and it'll be like back in Leeds again.
Benjamin Button sort of regression.
Back to the womb.
I've got some ideas.
He's got some ideas.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
So here we go. Down to Earth. Lads, maybe mute up during the tunes. Here we go.
No, apparently things are supposed to switch back.
Yo, I've been on quite the adventure. I'm talking an intergalactic bender, flying like an Avenger, overcoming everything, getting in my way, never surrender. But now I'm home. I'm back on the homegrown, back in the zone, back with a few new tracks and a few new moves to drop your jawbone. Slowly, see, so I can see them grow. New life, new vision.
Mate, that had a bit of a happy hardcore flow to it.
Yeah. I love that, man.
Little gabba feel.
Yeah, dog.
I feel the ground under my feet. I'm coming back down to earth. I bring the fire, bring the heat. I'm coming back down to earth. I know you miss me so.
I'm going to wheel that because we got a special on this one, which is released as a single. I've got to find it, actually. Here we go. This one features... Oh, I've lost it now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on.
This one features Josh from the Skints.
Oh yes, come
2.
on, this verse.
So let's drop that one. Okay, here we go. Down to Earth featuring Josh from the Skints. This is a live dub as well.
Just landed.
I've been on quite the adventure. I'm talking an intergalactic bender, flying like an Avenger, overcoming everything, getting in my way, never surrender. Now I'm home. I'm back on the homegrown, back in the zone, back with a few new tracks and a few new moves to drop your jawbone. Slowly, see so I can see them grow. New life, new vision in a natural flow. I'm back where I belong, back where my roots can go. I got the strength of the earth in my heart and soul. I feel the ground under my feet. I'm coming back down to earth. I'm in the fire, in the heat. I'm coming back down to earth. I know you miss me, so I'm back down here to stay. I know you miss
Here it comes.
these tunes, now I'm back down here to play.
Look, I've been traveling the farthest, from the shores of California, Japan to Milan, like I don't even know where my yard is. Pure gigs like I'm talking the hardest. And now we're locked down in the ends, I don't know where the starts is. Now we all know what a walk in the park is. Guess I'm one of the struggling artists, his pockets is far from the largest. One wrist like one lighter, and I get lost in space in my little green TARDIS. My daemon can't chat to me about Mars, and it's not just a chocolate bar kid. The icy said, when will there be a harvest? But now we're like, when can we have some link ups and parties? It's long like Wolf from Stone Market, I try and have a nice time regardless.
I feel the ground under my feet. I'm coming back down to earth. I'm in the fire, in the heat. I'm coming back down to earth. I know you miss me, so I'm back
Feels like it needs a little something.
Late for that one. WhatsApp's back up and running, people. Share the link. Share the link. I repeat, share the link.
Boy.
Squelchy.
Oh man.
I'm in the fire, in the heat.
Yeah, there we have it. Down to Earth featuring Josh from Skints. Massive love and respect to Josh.
Yes, Josh.
And that's
Josh killed that.
That's an Easy Star Records link up there, and that really sort of completes
Love
the
that.
circle. Yeah, I'll just fade that.
I
down
love
there.
the extensive congas at the end on the dub out there.
Yeah, that's
as well.
Niall, the Bingy Man Lavelle, just going haywire.
The Bingy man, just
There's
absolutely
no
vibes.
stopping him.
Oi, putting some love out to the Skints.
sure.
Putting some love out to Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that track, obviously the title track of the album, and that was, I think, I was saying at the start when we wrote the first batch of songs, we did that kind of doing individually, but that track we actually wrote live on Zoom, and it seems to really have that kind of classic GDC thing of just like the forward momentum and kind of just no nonsense, you know, feel to it. So yeah, Johnny, what do you reckon?
We just had that. It was the on the vocals. It was just bad down to earth, and then that was it, wasn't it? And yeah, and it all came out of that little old man river vibe. But yeah, the man, I really enjoyed writing that tune. Like Luke, you and I did the chorus, didn't we? I think we spent quite a while on that, and then I really enjoyed the verses. They just flowed out really smoothly, especially when there was that narrative that came out of like being lost in space and then landing, and it was you know, it was an easy visual to get on board with. And yeah, it reminds me of a classic stomping GDC tune. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I think it's easy in the studio to get really into writing beautiful, you know, melody lines and harmonies, but then actually there are a couple of tunes on this album, this being one of them, I think it's just like super simple, heavyweight, really high energy, you know, lots of brass and big melody lines. And yeah, I love that tune, man. Really, really enjoy it. And big up on the dub.
Yes.
Yeah, respect.
Toby, where did you do the dub? That's what I want to know.
on the live dub.
I did the dub right here,
the
Crosstown Studio A, on this beautiful 1970s tweed desk owned by Ben McCone. Before that, owned by Prince Fatty. So it's got some decent pedigree.
Before that,
BBC.
Before that, don't know. I've got the
BBC.
I've got the service history down here, but it's kind of based on. Actually, the designer used to work for Neve, so it's kind of based on all the Neve circuitry. So yeah, it's a serious bit of kit.
It's tasty.
And yeah, lots of fun. And that track actually sounds slightly different from the original, because the original wasn't eventually summed through the desk. It was bounced straight out of Logic. But the dub was straight through the desk, so there's a slightly different sound. And yeah, and I love the way that Josh's lyrics as well reference, you know, what Johnny's talking about in verse 1 and go back to being lost in space, and he just plays around with that. The combination's wicked, so yeah, can't wait to play that one live.
There's a great Matt Damon and Mars reference
There,
as well.
yeah, I mean, yeah, the guy's just, Josh is just on one.
Have people seen that film?
I haven't actually seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any good?
He grows potatoes using his own shit as soil.
That's what we'll all be doing in 50 years, mate.
Come again.
Is he then making vodka out of it?
Brilliant. Okay, so
actually, that's a reference. Big up to some people in the chat. One geezer's giving us a load of grief for all drinking. He says we're alcoholics and we need to smoke more.
Listen, it's release day.
Yeah, I'm big up, man. I mean, I'm up. You know what I mean? Come one, come all, in for a penny.
For a pound.
But I want to say I've seen a lot of my family in the chat, so I want to say big up to Tamsin. Lua, my niece, is there. She's recently turned 10, and she. Sorry, have I got that wrong? Oh, this is embarrassing. I know she's listening. Anyway, no, I've not got that wrong. And she's listening on her mum's account. But yeah, big up, and I think my mum's tuning in as well. So thank you very much, and lots of love to everybody. There's a lot of flames in the chat, which is
always good.
Can't be about. Yeah.
Always good.
Oh, Charlotte White, trombonist, is in the house, man. Yeah,
yes.
Charlotte, incredible horn player.
Big respect, Charlotte. Yeah, Nuzzle on the. So Matt, on the horns, how did we end up recording them? Do you want to do a little rundown? Because the horns are quite heavy in that last one.
Mate, you probably remember this better than I do. Did we have Rosie on trombone?
We did,
Rosie
yeah.
Turton?
Rosie
we did,
Turton.
yeah. Incredible trombonist who, she's never played with us live. She did do a live stream with us once. Do you remember that?
Yeah, she did.
The one with Bitty McLean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but she's an incredible. It's called Rosie Turton, and man, she's got her own music that's well worth checking out. But yeah, she was on trombone. We had Karen on alto. I think that was it. I don't think we got tenor on this record.
Yeah, it's just three. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we've in the past we've had tenor sometimes, but yeah, man, just trumpet, alto, and trombone. But it was a killer section.
Incredible.
Everyone brought the fire, and that was I love one of my favourite horn lines on the record. I don't know who wrote that one. It wasn't me, but it was it's a banger. Nice one. Guilty.
Okay. Me and Luke. There you go. Just handing you the gold. Just handing it out.
Making it easy for us.
And often if someone else has written a horn line, you'll listen to it and transcribe it to manuscript and then give it to the players, right?
Yeah, just to like, when we got people like Rosie who aren't in the band coming in, we want to make their life as easy as possible. So they'll come in, everything's charted out. It's like bang, bang, treat it like a proper session and we get the job done, I mean, I think we did the whole record in one session, right? Probably, or one afternoon, right?
Not a problem.
I don't know, maybe not.
It was like an afternoon. I think we set up in the morning and then recorded in the afternoon.
Yeah. So, we want a production line horn section. Just smash them out.
It's serious. Yeah, I mean, the horns are such an important part of our sound that it's a high priority to get that sound really, really pokey and kind of like, just flying over the top of the track there. So, I think we used a vintage Coles ribbon mic for that. Anyway, anything else about Down to Earth, or should we move on? Any other thoughts, feelings? We got any questions about it? Let's have a look.
Looking forward to playing it. Big time.
Wait,
that's gonna be fun.
Mate, I just want to send a lot of love out to the people in the chat. So get the questions in, because there's a lot of vibes going on here.
Sweet.
Rosie F is saying Matt has gone widescreen.
He's gone widescreen.
Yeah, a couple more beers, and I imagine he's going to be moving to green screen.
Fish eye.
Fish eye, yeah.
We got greetings from Worcester. That's good to see. Greetings from Cardiff, Stoke. Someone from Ostroda's tuning in.
Oh yes.
Yeah, big up to everyone, man.
Ostroda.
So much love going out there, and like honestly, it's nuts, isn't it? What's going on at the moment? I haven't seen you lot in ages.
No.
And we usually see each other literally every single week, and have done for the last 12 years.
And Jilly, you're often in foliage, much like the album cover. Now you've been in the apple tree. You've sort of just transcended between different nature settings.
Yeah, I have, mate. I've lived a very strange life. I've just now moved into a place that's actually mine for the first time. Apart from that, I've been treehouse to Oxford to a field. All about a lot of nature.
All on Zoom.
But what I'm trying to get to is like how powerful it is to be able to communicate with people still. Do you know what I mean? Even though it's like this, it's just I literally living by myself. I don't see a lot of people, and to be able to come into this environment and obviously communicate with you idiots, and then also be able to have people tuning in and listening, it's a real honor, and I thank you for that. And I'd love everyone to please just pick themselves up in the chat room and let's get some conversations going. Whatever you've got, bring it.
I reckon as well, the just going into the whole, we probably don't have huge amounts of time, but just to go into the overall themes of the album, it was really that thing of like we had nowhere else really to go other than parks and fields and green spaces around and about the place, and that actually was a big inspiration on a lot of the lyrics and a lot of the sentiment behind the album, that we didn't have all of these excess things that we're normally privileged to have, and actually going back to quite a sort of simple existence and appreciating what's around us and what grows naturally and our relationships with each other and stuff that normally we sort of take for granted because there's all this extra stuff around. That really kind of forced us to look internally and really appreciate what we had. And I think GDC our role is always to uplift people. So when we went to writing it, we thought, what's a way of communicating that without sounding too, there's nothing going on here, it'll be fine. Really kind of just exploring those feelings of appreciation and interest as well in stripping things back, keeping things simple. And I think hopefully that's a sentiment that's resonated with lots of people, because it's the same situation for everyone. So yeah.
It was definitely a very nice way of distracting ourselves as well, wasn't it?
For sure.
Like, and in a really nice creative way, and all come together. This kind of feels like when we were writing, actually. Like we've done a couple of these, but like now it kind of almost like we're just gone back to doing that.
Yeah. We stopped streaming about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Bless up from Spain.
It was nice to be able to.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
Every day, it was nice to connect and work on the tunes every day to stay connected to each other last year when we were writing. And I do remember we had specific conversations on the album of like, what's this going to be about? What are we trying to do? We want to reflect on what's happening at the moment. We were like, we don't know what's going to be like in 6 months, in a year. And really the sort of overarching feeling was that we should, just stick to putting forward a message of positivity and uplifting with the music. And now that it's come out a year later, I think it's, still very relevant that that's the message and people are appreciating it. And it's the spring and I've been on the phone with some Frenchies, for the interviews, and they're all like, oh, it's so lovely to have this like sunshine album, So it resonates through.
Wicked.
Yeah, big time, man. I hear
Hold
that.
tight,
And
France.
Hold tight, France in general.
Hold tight, France. And it really, we didn't want to go down the road of like, lockdown. Oh, it's miserable, or pangolin dumb.
Yeah.
It's like we just we actually the idea was that let's just be real. Do you know what I mean? What we're going through, and like personally, I was going through some mad stuff. It was a really, really crazy time, and so it was like, well, actually, this is an opportunity to meet that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Bring awareness to
Very
it
cathartic.
and be honest. Totally, yeah, incredibly healing. What's next?
Yeah, let's move it on. We're 40 minutes in. We've done 2 tunes, so we've talked a lot though. We've talked a lot about how
we have talked a lot.
Yeah,
We'll run out of gas.
Okay, next up, this is one of the singles we're running out of gas here. One of the singles we've already released. Featuring.
We had dinner before. Have you all had dinner before? Are you having it after?
Settle in, my friend.
Right.
So this next one, track 3 on Down to Earth. This is Honey featuring the wonderful Holly Cook.
Yes.
Hold tight, Seek Truth. Rebecca Brain, big shout. Big shout to Elliot Mann, who's filled up on ramen. Nuzzle, favourite ramen? You're muted. Big shout to John on Earth. Rototom family will be back. Nuzzle, Matt Roberts with the horn line there. Come on. Can't hear you, mate.
Not a word.
Still getting the hang of this whole thing. A year in.
You muted now.
I've muted myself out of the picture.
How do I not mute?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What's happening over there, mate?
Man, I don't fucking know, man. No, I just wanted to say, firstly, that's maybe my favourite track on the record, along with Moonlight Dreams. And the horn line was a collaboration with me and Luke. There was a lot of back and forth on that. So, credit when credit's due. Luke, man.
But, yeah.
Luke, you were one of the main writers on that track, right?
What me? Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
That was Luke's vibe, wasn't it? Luke
But
and
we had a
Harvey.
nice back and
with the
forward
B
nose
section?
with that one, actually, didn't we? It was a good
We
way
did,
of doing
mate.
it.
There was some voice notes, some demos.
Yeah. It was nice. It's a good way of refining it and finding the right thing. Kind of a different process to being in the room, and the pressure's kind of on in a different way, isn't it?
It is completely different, yeah. There's that kind of thing of, when the ideas are kind of bouncing off each other, they can kind of sort of spiral in different directions. But if it's just
on your
simple,
own, you can sit and think for a minute before.
See the vision from start to finish, which kind of really comes across in the record, I think.
But I was going to say this one with Gilla, we had a good sort of chat about this one, didn't we? And getting the substance of the honey thing, and it being about a sort of, it's quite obviously in a way, but like having this elixir that you can't get away from, but you keep coming back for more, and it gives you this pleasure, but then you know the hangover of it, and you're like, what just happened? But then it's so addicted to it that you have to go back, and then when it gets to the bridge, it's just, it's like the pure ecstasy of being involved in this otherworldly thing that you're completely taken away from reality just for a minute. So we enjoyed getting the context of that down right, Gilfred.
Yeah, I remember it well, mate. That was in the treehouse at that point.
That's right.
I remember talking to you, and it's in reference to, there was the honey reference specifically was because I'd just come out of this relationship with someone who loved honey, and so that's where this idea of sweet honey came from. It was that simple, it was really simple, and then it turned in to this other tune, which was obviously much deeper than just, your bird likes honey. And I really enjoyed that and saw the correlation. And to be honest, like, I've really seen the correlation beyond writing that tune around, this is, as you say, referring to some kind of like addiction, some sort of rush that's got this sort of enjoyed and moreish, and something you want to keep going back to, but also that actually is a reference to lots of life, and around like just wanting things and like the endorphins that can be got from consumption, and how that impacts the high and the low, the up and the down. And when I listen to it now, so I can't stop thinking about the music video, which we haven't released yet, but it's going to be, I'm looking forward to it being released, and I can't wait for everyone to check it out, because it was so much fun to make. There's a lot of I don't even want to say anything, but
don't say anything, mate. Don't give it away.
Spoilers.
Don't give it away.
I'm really looking forward to it, but I just want to spend a little bit of a second in the chat, if you'll allow me to do that. There's so many people tuning in. Laura Bolger is saying greetings from the Midlands. Declan Pollard, big up from Bristol. Barry Jenkins, big up from Gloucester, loving the new album. Someone's asking about Nostock. I don't know what's live, I don't know what's not live. We might be there. So many beautiful people. Big up to Matt McKenna from Sheffield. John's asking about Rototom. We don't know if we're going to be there this year, but we will be back there soon, I'm sure. Becky from Coventry, Two Tone Village here again. Yes, big up to you. And then we got someone tuning in from the Algarve, David Null from the Algarve. Big up to you. Big up to the T. Check out Cup of Tea, DJ Cup of Tea. She's tuning in from the kitchen. I can only imagine the scene. Perhaps cooking. I don't know why, but I'm imagining some sort of frittata. Do you know what I'm saying?
We've had a couple of questions asking about another live stream as well. And I think
another one of these. It's happening now.
No. Another live performance. And yeah, so actually we do have one next Friday. Friday the whatever next Friday
26th.
26th. Thank you. So yeah, look out for the links for that. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to these. We're missing loads of people that are tuning in, mate.
Yeah, it's nearly 7, mate. How long do you want this to last? We got.
I've got all night.
Till 2 in the morning.
Piece of string.
I've still got half a bottle of prosecco, baby.
Yeah.
And we'll wait and see what happens.
All right, track 4 on Down to Earth, released today on Easy Star Records. Quick one as well. You can get merch from the website. This T-shirt, you can get vinyls, gentleman'sdubclub.com. Look at that. Look at the back.
Oof.
Yeah. And big up Gardner says that Luke's Tash is killing
Not going to cost you that much, mate.
Next track. This one is called Sunshine Revolution. Let's go.
Gardner.
Yeah,
I love this tune.
Yeah, it's lovely, mate.
Down the rainbow, 'cause you waited for so long. I see it coming from over the horizon. Feel it pulling me so.
This is legit one of my favourite on the album.
Open up the door and I'm gone. 'Cause this is sunshine revolution. And it's a one-time only connection.
Hold tight, Joe Price on the co-write.
Oh, is it?
Did you write that horn line, Muzzle?
I think that's a landlord special.
No, it can't be too long till we're together singing to the same song.
Yes, Jilla.
Feel the pressure, let go. No need to worry, just moving through the flow. Just you waiting for so long. I see it coming from over the horizon. Feel it pulling me so strong. Open up the door and I'm gone. 'Cause this is sunshine revolution. And it's a one-time only connection. 'Cause this is sunshine revolution.
You know it doesn't drop the audio on the screen when we talk over the tune.
Only connection. Dancing on a sunny afternoon.
There it is, Sunshine Revolution.
Come on, Muzzle.
Little solo at the end, go on.
Go on, mate. Go on.
Oh no, it'll be out of time. It'll be out of time. We'll have latency.
I'll spare you that.
It'll be a shit show. So there we go, Sunshine Revolution, track 4 from Down to Earth.
The big tune.
Yeah, that's got a real nice.
How did that one come about, Tubbsy? How did you write that? I love when you listen to tunes. I love thinking about, like, especially if it's like an incredible tune. I always have this thought of, like, when they like finish tracking that, what did they do that day, and also how did they celebrate? You know, so I often think about this about, like, you know, like,
Yeah, what
say,
booze were
Ganja
they
Farmer,
drinking?
right, My Mile on Asher.
Right.
They, you know, I think they maybe like went fishing in the morning, and they got a couple of bass or something, and then they went and he delivered his vocal in the booth. It was absolute fire. They all got really excited, and they went back to the beach to barbecue their fish. You know, that's like the imagery that I have. So
Yeah, well, actually,
what did you do that
yeah,
day?
that's a good question, and yeah, the sort of the initial sort of acorn of that tune was from actually going to see Channel 1 and Iration Steppers at the Steel Yard in I think it's in Farringdon.
That was just before
lockdown, yeah. So I went down there
night.
with Joe and a few other. Joe Price from General Roots. Going to give him a. Went down with him, and when we sat down to write a couple of ideas for the instrumentals for the album, and he was saying, you know, some of those tunes that Channel 1 play that just have that, like, they're really sweet and soft, but the low end is just absolutely militant, and it has this really driving feel. And yeah, he was saying, like, when it's like that, but in a major key, you've got that kind of thing of it just being like really, really powerful, but also really sort of beautiful to listen to. So, so we sat down and wrote the instrumental. I think we just used some loops, and Joe played guitar, and I played some keys and bass. And then took it to Johnny, and then we were talking about, you know, what it's going to be like when all of this madness is over. And, you know, we kind of wanted to write an anthem for that. And so that was really, I think the melody, or like the chorus, I'd written in the studio, and then we just took that and just developed it really. And it kind of, it seems to hope, I mean, the fact the sun came out today and that this tune is out, and hopefully things are kind of opening up a little bit. I know it's coincidence, but it, you know, all of those things.
Was it?
All of those things happening, all you know, in a line. It is a wonderful thing. So
I'm being facetious, but I'm also really, really looking forward to like doing an afternoon set at a festival, hopefully this summer, and playing that tune with the sun shining down. You know, I'm thinking maybe Beautiful Days or something like that. You know, that would be big vibes. Yeah. That would be big vibes.
Glastonbury.
That better be in the summer set. That's what I'm saying.
Just want to take a quick one to say massive love to the GDC members that couldn't make it to the stream. Niall Lavelle on percussion. What?
Part-timers.
Niall Lavelle on percussion. Tommy Evans on drums. Anyone else? Kieran on sax. Sorry, I always forget. Kieran, you guys.
I feel like there's no.
And also
Doug
people
Hunt,
that work
Doug Hunt.
behind the scenes.
Matt
Doug Hunt, who set this stream up and is our sound engineer and is an overall complete genius. And without Doug, so many things wouldn't happen. He's just his knowledge and how easy he is to work with, and how wonderful a person he is. He's just we're so lucky to have him. Matt and Prav, who just work in the engine room.
He's also the only one that's not a complete klaxon.
Yeah, he's the only one that isn't an idiot, which is.
There's always one.
Matt and Prav are managers who have just grafted, even in these times when, you know, being a music manager is just a really, really tough thing to do, you know, because musicians get paid through things like PRS or whatever, but if you're a manager, you rely on things actually happening with the band. So, you know, they've gone above and beyond for us. Massive thanks to them. Massive thanks to Brad mastering the album, and Lem and Eric over at Easy Star Records, who we've been with for I think 4 albums now. I've done such a great job, and I've done such a great job putting everything together. We don't even know a lot of the stuff that happens behind the scenes, so we just want to give them a massive shout out. Scully as well on the bookings. Massive love. Yeah.
And then Holly and Luke Gardner.
The Mino Riola of dub.
Who's that?
I don't even get that reference.
What, Mino Riola?
Who's that?
Something with the areola?
No, Mino Riola. He's like the biggest football agent out there, and he's got like Zlatan and Pogba, Haaland.
Sure.
Good stuff.
But I just want to quickly say before we go into the next one, that tune there, Sunshine Revolution, was the one tune out of all of them that genuinely was like of the moment. When it Tubbs, it was like right, it's going to be incredible the moment we're allowed out to the park to give our mate a hug and just feel cool and relaxed and as though, you know, we have our liberties back again, our own sovereign decision making. And so it was a real celebration of that. Do you know what I mean? It was a real celebration of that. And like, out of all of the tracks, that was the one. And honestly, I can say that listening to it today, I just sat in the sun and I listened to the whole album, and that tune had a different resonance listening to it now than it did when making it. So I really, really appreciated it, and big up to you, Tubbs, because you wrote that whole chorus just out of your little Swede, didn't you? You know?
Out of my tiny brain. Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking crush that head.
Right, so that was Sunshine Revolution. I hope you're still with us. Next track. This one is Moonlight Dreams.
Oh, come on.
Best track on record.
It's groovy, baby.
I need to get a stronger drink for this one.
Wide awake in bed, I think of you again. Fighting thoughts, my head is spinning round again. But I still remember the moonlight dreams. Our time pulled apart by the poetry of life. Put my faith in my heart, but it hurts just like a knife. I still remember, I feel you next to me. Underneath the nightfall, in your arms I've fallen free. I still see you in my dreams, still connected through these distant melodies. We will dance into infinity, it seems. Give me moonlight dreams.
Makes me feel like I'm at that beach party in the Big Lebowski.
That's just your opinion.
Falling like a feather through these endless streets. In this lucid moment we will never leave. I still remember, I feel you next to me. Underneath the
The strings.
arms I've fallen free. I still see you in my dreams.
Is that a harmony?
Connected through these distant melodies. We will dance into infinity, it seems. In these moonlight dreams.
Is that McCone on kit? Oh.
Stupid.
I mean, yeah, Moonlight Dreams.
Quick question, Luke. What was the synth that you used at the end for that glorious?
That was a towel noisemaker.
It
free
sure.
plugin.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I just,
Tight,
I
tight.
don't. Well, I don't discriminate. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds awesome.
I'm not blinded by the dollar signs. I use whatever I have in the near vicinity.
Yeah. Whenever it comes to you, just
Yeah. It's just if you have an idea, you've got to get down.
Get it down.
Don't get stumbled behind the sort of you haven't downloaded the plugin yet, whatever.
Yeah, because that was kind of, I mean, that you were a big part of that tune, weren't you? The chord sequence is just.
I'll say this, and
hang anything off that.
I'll say this. It sounds a bit cheesy, but I did genuinely dream that.
Wait.
And then I woke up and I was just singing it round and round my head, and I was like, okay. And then I went and put it down, and then I was like, this is ridiculous. And then I played it to all of you on Zoom. You were like, yes, let's do that. And then we went with it. And so so it was a Moonlight dream.
Weird. But like you thought it was ridiculous.
Well, I didn't know. No, I didn't think it was ridiculous. I thought, can we do that in GDC?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of a bit like, it's kind of going down the Riviera in a it's Burt Baccarat in a convertible.
Yeah.
And
but I think that's part of that process was that we weren't necessarily gigging that much. I think if we were gigging, we would have been like, I don't know if we can play this live.
Yeah.
But we had so much space in front of us just to be like, okay, let's explore. And I mean, it's so beautiful. I've got to tip my hat to you there, mate.
Many thanks. Well, then you and Jilla, like, kind of coincidentally, because I didn't even mention that, came up with the chorus "Moonlight Dreams," and that was just quite a nice serendipitous collab.
Mate, there was another one. So Castle in the Sky and Moonlight Dreams, they're really connected in my head because Tubbs, we wrote them in Harry's kitchen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
big
shout to Evergreen.
And I really vividly remember that moment, and like that, I think out of all the tunes I've listened to probably the most since we recorded it. I really, really enjoy the sound, and it's also very poignant, the messaging for me, and like it's very visual. So when I listen to it, I really can like go back to that space and sit within the inspiration that came to it as well. I really love that tune.
Nuzzle,
and it's obviously
well,
it's what?
Nuzzle likes it as well, doesn't he?
Favourite tune on the album? Matt, I think it's our favourite tune on record.
Oh,
favourite tune on wax. I'm going there. I went there.
It's serious.
Mate, it's got everything.
For a jazz guy like yourself.
It's got loose hip harmony. Mate, the vocals, the lyrics are killing. And then, like, man, the orchestration, man. You got... Was it Landlord, your string arrangement?
I think we did that together, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did the strings together, yeah.
Mate, it's so killing. Obviously, Alicia brought it to life. Incredible. And then also on the horns, I think it's a debut for any form of muted brass. And we got the Harmomute on there. I think that was your idea, Tubbs.
Yeah.
And the voicings are super hit. Mate, I love it. It's killing, man. It's got everything. It's ticking boxes within boxes.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing that, I think, in the car when it gets more sunny, just driving, through mountains in North Wales maybe or something. All right, let's move on. Next track. Oof.
Well, you'll be going to Sainsbury's and Wood Green. Mountains in Wales.
We've got a heavy hitter incoming. This one is Night Shift featuring Gardner.
Yes.
Love to Gardner, man. Fucking love that.
Yeah, love Gardner.
Also, shouts to Tommy Evans on the right.
Tommy Evans on production. And on the right.
And on the vocals. Those vocals.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know that vocal sound anytime.
The Tommy Moody BB.
Come down to me, we're getting wavy again. Going deep in the mix.
Pull it.
Somebody say pull up! Murder!
Someone said some to any Chablis.
Come down to me, we're getting way.
Come with me.
Going
We be again.
Getting deep in the bed. 'Cause when we come together, we don't need to pretend that we'll be doing this forever. It's a start, not a trend. I never knew, I didn't comprehend. It wasn't till the sun went down and the colours kicked in. Keep your enemies close, my friend. Under the radar until the night shifts end. Come dance with me, I'll see you round midnight. As the colour fades until we're black and white. 'Cause if you got that energy deep inside, just let it out and we can rule the night. I never knew, I didn't comprehend. It wasn't till the sun went down and the colours kicked in. Keep your enemies close, my friend. Under the radar until the night shifts. We work all night and we sleep all day. Got to be up if you wanna get paid. We work all night and we sleep all day. Working the night shift is the only way. We work all night and we sleep all day. Got to be up if you wanna get paid. We work all night and we sleep all day. Working the night shift is the only way.
Hey, sometimes I work all night and I work all day. 24 hours trying to clock that space. I'm just out here doing my thing, trying to level up mates. Come and get on my page. Some people out here turning up late. Some man them roll like blaggers and fakes. This kind of stuff seems backwards to me, like playing a game of ladders and stakes. And I waste man, there go get on my way. You don't get twos or letters or saves. See the fire that us man I here got burning way too lit to try put up my flame. Trust me, I'm at it all day and all night. You go and get yours, I'ma go and get mine. Gotta get paid or I'ma die trying. Gotta maintain, I celebrate life. I'm a work in progress, might take time. Sometimes I just want to stop. Especially when I've been working on the night shift, my eyes on the clock. I've always got my mind on the matter. I need to learn to switch off. Closure, I need to see results, so this whole thing just becomes long. It's like blood, I put sweat and tears in it. If it's here, don't try, I ain't hearing it. I'm out here on tour with the gents in it, so you can never say my man's winging it. Matter of fact, no, my G's killing it. And true say the stage show's mad in it. It's back-to-back shows and the band's in it. Off to the next city, I'm out of here.
All night and we sleep all day. Got to be up if you wanna get paid. We work all night and we sleep all day. Working the night shift is the only way. We work all night and we sleep all day. Got to be up if you wanna get paid. We work all night and we sleep all day. Working the night shift is the only way.
Lord of mercy.
Night Shift featuring Gardner. Whoa.
Big up Gardner, man. I fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
Big up Gardner.
Yeah. Hold tight, Luke,
What
every
a
time.
legend.
And also, and big up to Tommy.
Tommy Evans smashed the production on that one.
Yeah, and it's good that tune to have on the album because it's a proper stomper. It's, you know, I can really feel it, I can see it, I can imagine playing it live. And yeah, big up to Luke, man. He absolutely kills that verse.
Yeah, check out Gardner's, all of his music. He's a legend, like hard-working MC, but also just with the pen, deadly with the pen.
The quill.
With the quill.
One of the nicest guys in show business.
Exactly. So yeah.
One of the most hard-working guys.
He's all over the place in a good way.
Nuzzle, I'm wondering what
sort of pizza
what
you
you
got
got
there,
there,
Mate,
mate.
it's called 5 a day. It's got you 5 vegetables.
5
Is that what you're working with at the moment? That's your diet. Get your 5 a day. Nothing
If I don't
else.
eat any fruit or veg ever today.
You're on the pizza diet. Yeah, good stuff.
Is this part
It's a
of
good
the
start, is
get
it?
ripped or die trying?
This is the beginning of the get ripped or die trying regime.
Another beginning. New beginnings.
I want to just big up to Dougie on the WhatsApp group saying, live to the world, but it's still dinner time.
Yeah, I mean that one has that's kind of got GDC and our influence from Subdub, from Iration Steppers, from the whole sound system DJ scene. It's all over that track. Tommy Evans, you know, for about 10 years, if you needed him, you could just find him standing in front of a speaker at a dub dance somewhere in the UK, and he's the guy that came up with that whole idea of if the bass stays really high for a long part of that tune and it only drops in about halfway through, and that's kind of his deliberate thing of, he was saying that, you know, you walk into, especially Subdub at the West Indian Centre, hold tight, Iration Steppers, Simon Scott, everyone up in Chapeltown, so, at the West Indian Centre. So you walk in there and the bass is so loud and it's really, really just all encompassing and enveloping. But you haven't even heard the actual bass because it's up the octave and it's just cruising, and then suddenly it goes down, suddenly the filter opens, Nuzzle, and it's just carnage. So yeah, that's got that energy that you know, we first witnessed at Subdub. So yeah, big respect to Subdub, Iration Steppers, Simon Scott. So let's wind down the energy a little bit. Track 7 on the record.
Oh, listen, listen. There's so many people commenting on the comment section on YouTube, Toby, and we need to make sure that we share some love. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm up for going through it, of course. But I mean, I'm even lost. This is my 3rd glass of Prosecco, and for those that don't know me, I don't drink alcohol. This is just celebration day. You know, it's on my birthday. It's release day. And so I've not kept up with all of them. But is anyone taking responsibility for the live chat? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, we've been dropping in and out, you know.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, big up to everyone. Keep your things coming in. I just clocked in. Selected J-Man is chatting. So I want to big up to Selected J-Man, the producer. Absolute fire every single time. And also one that's jumped out, Elliot Mann. I remember seeing Gardner first time at We Dub Festival 2016 with Asbo Disco. Then on the dance floor for Iration Steppers on a Saturday, was buzzing when you guys started collaborating with him. And Elliot, I agree. I wasn't there, but I can only imagine the scenes.
Okay, anything else in the chat?
Yeah, there's loads, bud.
There is loads. I mean, Phil Johnson.
Helen O'Brien, that pizza looks delicious.
There's a lot about the pizza.
It is.
Lise Reagan, hello, Lise. Massive big up to Lise.
Yeah, Lise. Big up, Lise.
Yeah, big up, Lise.
My question is, first non-musical thing you're going to do after 21st of June?
Non-musical?
Yeah.
I want to say a massive shout out to Tony P, who is loving the banter and the tunes, which is more than can be said for management.
Management
who are saying, move it on.
Pull the plug.
Move it on, guys.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's please both of them and play a tune and then rip the shit out.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so next one, More Than Memories. We're going to wind it down a little bit, sit back, take your shoes off, light something, you know, drink something.
Turn down the lights.
Oh, Lukey.
Well, it's a real love story written straight from the heart. It's a shining light lost in the darkness, waiting for a change, or just waiting in vain. 'Cause we've been locked in tight, we've been weaving our dreams, we've been sharing shadows so the other one sees. No one to take the blame, it's just a crying shame. I need more than memories. It's been too long since summer for me. I need more than memories. I remember a stars slowly parting, waiting for a change, or just waiting in vain. But I can still see you, hear the beat of your heart. I can still remember we were dancing round the fire, deep inside the flame, still burning just the same. I need more than memories. It's been too long since summer for me. I need more than memories. I remember a time when the weather was fine and the best days in life were free.
Is that Rosie Turton?
Yeah.
Insane.
Nutty beats, man.
Should have just one take this as well.
Hold tight, Liz McKenna. Love you, Liz.
Come on, Liz.
Tough on the production, man. It's the ride out. It's beautiful.
Here we go, More Than Memories. Track 7.
Whoa.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a pretty heavy tune for me. That I mean, I don't really feel like totally going into it, but the writing process started at the end of a really massive relationship for me, and that tune was really at the heart of that. And you know, obviously, like most relationships, towards the end of it, it was difficult. You know, it was made very challenging. That's why it came to an end, and that idea of just holding on to the memories, and actually once you hold on to the memories for such a long time, I came to the realization that there were no new memories being made, if that makes sense, you know. And yeah,
it's beautiful.
I really love hearing that tune now, though. It's powerful. It's really beautiful to receive.
Yeah. No, definitely, it's definitely a very deep and, you know, explores our more sort of sensitive side for sure. And yeah, no, it's just really amazing being able to mine those feelings and put them down in words. So big respect to you, man.
Yeah, I remember writing that, and I think it was Brick. It was your tune, wasn't it? That one.
Oh, that's right.
I was on the instrumental, yeah.
The bass line, killer bass line.
Yeah, I actually just had a really nice summery walk, I think it was, or sort of like spring walk, and I was like, right, I need to slam out a little tune this morning. And it was really nice and sunny. You know, I went for a walk around Peckham Rye, and I came back, and I think when I was on my walk, I'd been listening to some Krungbin, which is obviously, you know, sick band, and I was like, oh yeah, they do. He's always doing this thing of like superimposing this point, and I just had to play, and it just kind of. It was one of those things that happened really naturally and really easy and really, really. I mean, it was like done in 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Amazing. And then I sent it over to you, and you were just like, "Yes, this is sick." To you, Toby. Yeah. And you sort of like just ran with it, and then it went over to Jilla, and Jilla just did this just took it to this complete other place, and obviously poured his heart and soul into it, and then it probably went. I don't know who did the BBs, you, Luke, or something.
Yeah.
Like.
I had a little moment.
And then Tubby's Produccio at the end, and it all just you know, it's a beautiful collaborative process, really.
It's also
Like,
Horseman
it's-
on drums as well. That's a Horseman
Really?
drum pack. Yeah, go to horsemandrums.com. Get your
yes,
stems.
yes.
Yeah, serious sounds.
Yeah,
from
because I'd
Dead
used
Fatty.
this like some sort of loop, and then you were like, "I'm going to replace this loop out." Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Mate, it
it's like-
sounds great, and production's amazing. Sounds brilliant.
Yeah, lovely tune. That's one to really vibe out to.
Can't hear you, Matt.
So yeah, anything else in the chat? Who's getting in there? Harrison Matt. Oh, is Creed in the chat? Big respect to Creed. Phil Johnson getting on the cake.
Creed did it again.
Luke Shaw,
Am I back?
new album rocks. Lee Scratch Perry turns 85 tomorrow. Okay, big respect to Lee Perry.
Big
Truth.
Guitar makes me yeah, the guitar in
Alright.
that is outrageous.
Brick, you killed it, man. It could
Killed
just
it,
keep
killed it,
going
killed it.
forever and it wouldn't get annoying.
Elliot Mann, your albums always align with my life in some way, and of course I've just been through a brutal breakup. Now I have this album to ease the pain. Elliot, that's a beautiful
wow.
thing. That, you know.
Solidarity.
Yeah, exactly.
Toby, there's a question coming in here from Ursula Stone. For those that don't know me, that's
It's
my
Ursula.
mum. Toby, have you got a rat?
A rap?
A rat on the deck.
Oh, right.
A rap.
Can you
Got
do a rap?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is Morris, the Illuminator.
Resident Mouse.
Excellent. Big up to Harrison, man. Hold tight, sub-tub. A lot of people wanting to know how the pizza is, Matt. I think, you know, it's more of a
We've covered
rhetorical
this.
question,
Let's
mate.
look at the town these days. So, should we move on?
Wait, I've got a couple.
Yeah, go.
hang on, Harrison, man. Harrison, man, is saying happy birthday, Johnny. Philip Johnson, who said cake. No one said cake, I don't think, but I would be very happy to have a slice of cake right now. More strings on this one. Yeah, big up to Lem from Easy Start. We did put strings on this album. I think it's a quite interesting point. We've never put strings on the record before, and I can't remember, Chubbs, which tune it was that they first went on. Was it Castle in the Sky or?
Because I think it was Luke. Luke was pushing the strings, definitely.
Moonlight
I think it was
Strings.
Castle in the
Yeah.
Well, I think it was
yeah,
Castle
maybe
in the
Castle
Sky
in the Sky.
because it was Castle in the Sky because that would normally be a horn line, but you were like, "Nah, let's do it strings,"
it.
and then we put them on Moonlight Dreams as well.
That's right.
I think we'd already been
Can I
cooking
also-
up Moonlight Dreams, to be honest, but either way, semantics.
Can I also get a huge shout out to Rosie Turton on trombone on that last one, man?
come
Because
on.
she took that bone solo first take.
One
Man.
take.
Yeah,
on the bone
she's
solo.
she consistently does one take, like
yeah,
wonders.
yeah. She's just the one take wonder.
She didn't even hear it before, probably. And
Yeah,
just
just
No.
you just press.
Well,
record.
the man thing is halfway through the
And also,
solo,
go check
she
her
quotes
jazz
the
stuff as
vocal
well.
line.
Say again, Naz.
Yeah.
Well, like in the middle of the solo, she quotes the vocal line. It's like by then she's like internalized the song.
Yeah.
And it's just like boom, man.
Badass.
It's incredible, man. What a
Yeah,
badass.
Ty, what were you saying?
Just go check Rosie Turton's jazz albums. You know, she's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
amazing
Heavy.
composer, band leader, like player. You know, on the London jazz scene, she's amazing. Go check her out.
100%.
Right, listen, I've got a couple more hype ups. Ben's Galco, love you guys in the music. Saw you at Boomtown. Travelled up to Stoke and saw you guys. Big up to Ben. Big up to all the Boomtown massive. Elliot Mann again. The guitar lick is back and bad. Rebecca Brain loving it. To the T, killing it, gents. Hold tight. Cup of tea. Liz McKenna sounds bloody heavy. Congrats to the album, guys. Hold tight, Liz. Sending lots and lots of love to you. Liz Shakespeare, tingles. I feel the tingles. Hold tight, Matcha Babek. Favourite so far. Here we go. We got Zostia Demkovic asking, did Tyson buy the lava lamp, especially for tonight? Strong vibe. Question.
No, I didn't. And it was in the front room for a while, but it's been replaced out with a salt lamp in the front room. So the lava lamp's in the studio room for vibes. And I actually bought two more when I was a bit pissed the other night. I bought one and then I bought another one about half an hour later on eBay when I was a bit pissed. And now I'm gonna come next week. I'll have 3 lava lamps in the studio room. But you know, I'm just reliving the teenage dream, mate. I'm basically 16 again. It's great.
That's beautiful.
Had you forgotten that you'd bought it? and then he bought it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like ordered one really quickly, but I was like half having a phone call at the same time, and then I think I went back in. I went back in like half an hour later, and there was just like another one. I just bought another one. But I mean, they're like, also, if you're in the market for a lava lamp, eBay is the place to go.
Mate, no one is in the market for a lava lamp.
It's quintessentially a sort of shit that people buy and then want to get rid of. I mean, I think that one was a £5. I think the other two that I bought were maybe a £10 each. It's a bargain. People,
pretty Austin Powers,
the lava
mate.
lamp revolution is happening.
Heading down a luminous cul-de-sac.
And you want to get involved now.
I just turned off for a second. And are you plugging your Etsy account or something? What's going on here?
No. I'm just saying now's a great time to buy some lava lamps, mate.
All right,
come
next
on,
tune.
Let's keep it moving.
Spent too long on lava lamps. Next tune is Sugar Rush. This is track 8.
Yes.
Let's go.
On.
She give me that sugar rush.
Another Tommy Evans classic.
Yeah, he's got Tommy Evans written all over it.
Jeez!
Nuzzy, you muted.
Can't hear you, mate.
I want to send another little like slice of love, a little slice of the love cake over to Tommy Evans, because this is another tune that so we actually met up a couple of months before we started the whole writing process, and we wrote a couple of tunes, and this was one of them, Sugar Rush, and we did another tune, Hold Tight, that never made it to the album. We did Smile, which is coming up in a bit. I think that was it, Tubbs, wasn't it? Was there? Oh, we did Up to No Good, which didn't make the album for different reasons. And yeah, just big up to Tommy. It was really beautiful space, and this one was it's similar reference really to Honey, Luke, in terms of the reference and where the sort of meaning came from. But this tune particularly has been massively. It's like it's another one of the GDC sort of bangers. Do you know what I mean? Like big horn line, stomping drums, really really high energy, and yeah, I feel that Sugar Rush
one for the kids.
You got to get those like classic. Yeah, it's that classic like military style Jewish like / Jewish horns. You know what I mean?
Mate, Yeah, the horn
Tommy
section of
Evans,
Militant.
like Klezmer classic.
Am I muted still?
No, you're good.
Oh, sick.
No, you're good. You're good.
Matt, I was just picking up how fucking tight the horn section sounded on that record, even though I do this on myself. Maybe that's down to your fucking surgical quantizing after the fact. I don't know. Or maybe it was
no quantizing, mate. No quantizing.
Mate,
Session horns.
Replacement.
Right first time.
Just replace the whole lot. Yeah, no,
it's not
killer.
even me on the record.
Yeah. No, it's killer. Yeah, that's like a signature GDC sound.
Yeah, you laugh,
but yeah, no, it's a signature GDC sound. Yeah, I feel like that could have been a tune from like, in a good way, from like 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean? It's got that kind of like real sort of simplicity and honesty to it. So yeah, that's Sugar Rush.
We're going to move on, but I just quickly want to big up to the people in the chat. All right, hold tight, Andrea Mamone, big up from Italy. Elliot Man, big up Creed, Creed did it again. Elliot Man, we've done that already. Creed Dubs, Gardner, hold tight him. Harrison Man. Here we go. Any advice for horn line production? I mean, we might have just gone through that, but any advice?
A good recording. Yeah, good recording. Very important.
Good horn player.
Good recording. Maybe use a ribbon mic instead of a condenser because it takes the harshness out of the top end and distortion. Yeah.
Nice.
Little bit of distortion. Not too much, but a bit of distortion.
Hold tight, Dax.
You muted, mate.
You want to say something, mate?
No, Nuzzle's muted. We're just reminding.
No, all right, he's missed his chance. Hold tight to Dax Cleesby. Had to leave for a bit, but glad you guys aren't done yet.
We're still going.
We're going to be here a while. Paul Brain, thank you ever so much for tonight, guys. You always go above and beyond for your fans. The integration between yourselves and the fans makes it extra special for us. Well, big up to you, Paul Brain, because the feeling is totally mutual on that.
That's the most sensible thing anyone's said all night.
Maybrid record. I've got to go. Maybrid's got to go. She's been here for an hour and a half. She's not even heard the whole album.
We're about halfway, aren't we?
Yeah, this is behind the music.
Nathan Bray asks, "What's our favourite tune on the album?" Which I think maybe let's go to that at the end, Nathan. I appreciate the question, and let's all remember to do that at the very end. Laz, here comes the hot stepper. Big up to Lava Lamps. There's a lot of love for the Lava Lamps. I can't work out whether it's a little bit...
Bruv, just let me live my life, man. Do you know what I mean?
Let him live his life.
There's so many different people in here picking it up. All right, let's go to the next tune now. We'll pick back up on the chat in a minute.
Okay, next tune. Down to Earth, out now on Easy Star Records. This one's called Smile.
Oh,
I love this one.
Yeah, this is top 3. Champions League. Another Tommy Evans. I'm watching you say.
Is it?
I get this feeling every day. I wanna run, but I know that I should stay. Just want to hear the music play. But all these little things keep getting in my way. Every time it starts to rain, don't you worry, it's okay. 'Cause the sunshine isn't ever far away. If you just smile, then the whole wide world will smile with you. If you just smile, no matter where you come from or where you're going to. Sometimes it feels like I'm alone, stuck in my head, scrolling pictures on my phone. I open up my heart and let it go. Every time it starts to rain, don't you worry, it's okay. 'Cause the sunshine isn't ever far away. If you just smile, then the whole wide world will smile with you. If you just no matter where you come from or where you're going to. Every time it starts to rain, don't you worry, it's okay. 'Cause the sunshine isn't ever far away. Feel it running through my veins. Let it out and ease the pain. 'Cause the sunshine isn't ever far away. If you just smile,
Reprise.
then the whole wide world will smile with you.
I've actually got a major qualm
You
with
just
this. Why is there not a key change coming up? Just imagine it.
I think you can say guitar solo,
Yeah.
trumpet solo.
Pop it up, pop it up.
will smile with you.
You're muted, mate.
God, every time.
Am I back now?
No, it's got to come out of the split chorus. No,
So it's rearranging the
classic.
whole album. Should we just go pull
it's
it?
the,
No, so you muted
Have
again.
we ever got? Have we had the key change in any Gentleman's Dog Club album? ever?
no, and
Do we have
that's
any?
the
We're not
time.
taking it there. We're not taking it there. It would
No,
have to be
mate,
a
on the
really,
live,
really
on the
special
live.
moment for that to happen.
This isn't Whitney
Mate,
Houston.
on the live,
That-
stripped chorus, pop it up. I mean, I'll take a semitone, but ideally a tone. Right.
Minor third.
Key change up. You're laughing, mate.
So that was
Honestly,
Smile,
Jackson.
and that was
Right.
that was Johnny and Tommy on the right there, wasn't it? You guys did that.
Yeah, mate, that was literally the first tune that we wrote for the album. And I remember writing it in Tommy's old house where he lived, and that's to tell you how long ago
Yeah,
it was.
it wasn't even for this
the-
album. I think it was for like two albums
only for the 4 people listening that actually have context to that comment. But yeah, it was really about it. I had a very clear visual, and that was, no matter what's been going on, no matter what's happened to me on a day, if I walk out of the house and I walk down the street, no matter what's happening, if I smile, then I
absolutely mental.
pretty much always get I pretty much always get a smile back. It's like it's a very it's a very
Sort of on day release sort of vibe.
listen, Toby. I'm trying to be serious over here, mate. All right? And what I'm saying is that it's something very simple, very beautiful about it. And I always think it when I'm performing. Like if ever there comes a moment during a stage show when maybe there's a bit of a silence or the text messed up or like something's gone on or whatever, and if I look at someone in the crowd and smile, literally 100% of the time they just smile back, and it's like it's such a simple interaction. And so yeah, that tune was like very much like the simplicity of just sharing joy, and obviously it feels pertinent now. It wasn't written for this moment, but it feels completely pertinent now. And on the 21st of June, when we're allowed outside for the first time, let's all just have a little smile, because you know what? If you just smile together, firstly, it's impossible to be unhappy. And secondly, the endorphins that you release, even if you're faking the smile, will make you happy.
Guaranteed.
Guarantee. That's
Cast iron.
Cast iron guarantee. I mean, that is
Guaranteed.
amazing that you had that experience with, communicating with the crowd and brought that into a record. That's, yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of people out there that have that connection that you have with a crowd. So that is like,
Yeah.
you know, that's a really one of a kind sort of sentiment. So yeah.
Also, it's quite hard to get a smile out of Tommy Evans, so maybe in the second.
Emotionally unavailable.
Even though he co-wrote the tune,
Well,
the mind boggles.
No, behind the clouds, it's always sunny.
Yeah. Beautiful man.
Creed Dubs, big up to Creed Dubs. Sugar Rush is lovely. Joe Price, old tight Joe Price is getting in and amongst the chat.
Joe Price
every time.
Laura Bulger, big up to Jesse and Gutty from the Wise Bloods.
Yeah, Wise
Hold
Blood
tight,
sounding good.
Joe
Sounding
Darby,
good, guys.
Wise Bloods are really coming out here. A lot of people shouting them out. To T is hoping for an all-nighter. We can all have an all-nighter, everyone. Let's go for it. Who's up for Sunrise? Let's see. Elliot Man, true that, always here for the hold tight. Joe, he keeps coming back in. He's got a lot of love right now. Okay, Joe Darby says Wagwana lamp. What's that mean?
that's to do with the lava lamp.
It's a Wagwana.
Wagamama lamp.
Yeah.
Abby Cullen says, congrats on the release, awesome album, thanks for sharing it with us. Thank you, and I really am over the moon that it's happening right now. It feels brilliant. Barry Jenkins says, so engrossed in this stream that I now have burnt chips in the oven. Where do I sue?
Oh,
Susan.
should have ordered the 5-a-day pizza, mate. Missed the trick there.
I'll type the Wise Bloods, nostalgic opening horn line from Baltimore, the tram lines, nice.
Okay.
Big shout.
So we need to speak to Tommy about that.
Yeah, we'll have a word. And Praveen Tyson, new name is Key Change Carlos.
I'll take it. I would have gone for Jean-Francois, but it's fine.
I want to just send a bit of love out to Prav as well. He sent me a message. I think I was cussing management earlier. I don't mean it. I love you guys. I certainly love you. Harrison Mann says, Yule is messed up, as is we. So we're all going to be messed up together. Let's all just mess up.
That's good content.
See what happens. Philip Johnson at Toby Davis. Will you remix our future?
That's genius.
Send me the stems. No, but I will actually look to do a dub remix album of this album on this desk, and I'll probably be doing that over the next couple of weeks. Hold tight as well. In fact, remix is a hot subject because the next tune is one that is going to have a remix by one of our heroes, so stay tuned for that. But let's play the original. This one.
This is
the last tune on the album?
That's the last tune, yeah. Last tune.
Named.
Oh,
in fact, do we really quickly want to say favourite tracks on the album, Matt?
Fucking, what's the one? Moonlight Dreams.
Johnny.
Smile.
Nick.
Mate, can I do top 3?
No.
Pick one.
I don't know.
Transferable vote.
It's a shootout between Moonlight Dreams and Castle in the Sky.
Okay. Let's say Castle in the Sky. Luke?
Okay, I'll say Castle in the Sky. Okay, fine.
I think More Than Memories is a real winner. I love that. I love it very much.
Oh, God.
I need More Than Memories. Brilliant. Moonlight Dreams for me. Moonlight Dreams, I'm going to put it out there. But also, this track, the last track on the album, I listened to the other night, and I'm not even joking, I cried.
Oh.
I cried.
Not ashamed to say.
I'm not ashamed to say it.
Are we finishing it after this?
Yeah, we'll do a little sign out afterwards.
Right,
so here it comes. Final track on Down to Earth.
Turn it up!
Last chance.
Get one.
Where that siren at, Cosby?
Pulling that up, not getting away with that.
Yeah.
Tommy Evans on production once again. Oh, you're out of time now.
Oh shit, latency, yeah?
Those parallel thoughts. Get that Roman vibe.
Just open the filter a little bit. You know? Just open it a little bit.
Horns. What about those horns?
Man, that's some Roman Empire shit.
The last days of Rome.
That's the
I
Stone
see what you
Cold.
mean, Tubbsy. It's well emotional, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it really had me. It just,
Who wrote that one?
that's Tommy Evans.
Tommy
Back to
Evans.
front. Back
He
to
loves
front.
to write
The
the
absolute
instrumental
victory
thumpers.
Yeah. Just simple and militant, you know.
Just a straight jab to the face.
Yeah, exactly. Genius.
All right, listen,
Genius.
before we do our signing out, I want to make sure I send in enough love to the right people in this room who have been tuning in, all right? So big up to Harrison, man. He says, yo, this listening party has been the highlight of 2021 for me.
Mate.
Absolute belter.
We're only a month.
Big
or
up,
two
man.
in.
Me too. Sonic Glory says, loving the album. Please add at least one Scottish date to the next tour. We would love to. We really, I can't. I think we probably are playing one of the next tour. Elliot Mann, yes, so happy to have an event in my life of some kind. Lev Oppenheimer says, time to hide the Prosecco bottle from Johnny before the night goes off the rails.
That's management always looking after us there. That's the label.
Dak Cleesby, I have to agree, another primo album from GDC. Yes, big up to you, Dak. Rebecca Brain says, thanks for the live stream tonight. Can't wait for next week. Toby, been missing you on Sundays. Cheers, boys. Toby, get on that. Lisa Rogan, thank you. You best Friday of the year.
Hey.
Big up to everyone on their Friday night. I hope you're painting the front room red. Kimberly Barnett says, please come back to Scotland. We will be back, no doubt. Paul Brain, so from Lost in Space to back down to Earth, where are we travelling to next? Watch this space. Jack Darby says, loving the bass line. Elfie Inc. says, yes, GDC, looking forward to Skank for the new tunes in the field in the near future. So are we, more than ever. Annie Dealneck says, great album, thanks to the Friday night entertainment. Harrison Mann, I think that's everyone. Manchester Please, Liz Shakespeare, Claire Garner. Listen, big up to every single person for tuning in. So much love to you. We really, really appreciate it. And yeah, go and check out the album. And we're going to see you. We're going to see you real
next
soon.
Friday. Next Friday, we've got a live stream. So look out for the link on that. We're working on rehearsals at the moment. We can't wait to play more music to you guys. There's going to be tracks from the album that we're going to be dropping. So yeah, next Friday evening, watch this space. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, anyone else want to sign out?
Just lots of love to everyone. Come on.
Love to everyone on this fucking planet.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, yeah.
That's the message. That's the message. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Before you do your professional sign off, I just want to quickly say thank you to all of you guys, and thank you to the other members of the band. Genuinely, like, even though we haven't been able to perform, this band has been a huge part of getting through this very difficult year. And I want to send a lot of love out to everyone who's obviously been through exactly the same process. And it feels as though we're coming to the end of it. It's a powerful thing for me personally and for us to be able to release this music at this time. And it's a real honor to know that there's an audience out there who are up for listening. So thank you so much, and enjoy your Friday evening. Signing out.
Say no more. Mic drop.
Big up, Chiller. Nice one, mate.
Big respect, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.